All right, welcome back to Cool Times Podcast, everybody. We have a very exciting show today. We got my old golf buddy, Russell Leo, CEO of RLS Logistics in the house. Welcome to Cool Times. I am your host, Vince Free, my lovely business partner and wife, Jenna Free. Russell, welcome to the Cool Times. You're a rookie, I guess, at this.
I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. Like I said, I don't know how interested of a guy I am. So this is my first podcast, but I appreciate the invite. Thank you.
Yeah, you are welcome. And for our listeners out there, just a couple of quick event scheduling for our industry. Icon Cold is in Las Vegas, October 7th. We have GCCA in Bonita Springs coming up September 23rd. And we have the SEBA event in Sawgrass out in Florida, November 11th. Russell, we going to see you at any of those shows?
I don't think so, but let me double check.
All right. All right. Well, I usually see you at SEBA or GCCA, don't I?
I think I'll definitely be at the GCCA. That one I can say yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, the Icon and the SEBA. I've never been to those. I think the Icon is relatively new, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, this is the second year, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. So definitely
talking to the mic, girl. Jeez.
I'm a rookie.
Yeah. Yeah. So Russell, tell our listeners here a little bit about yourself. We want to know who Russell Leo, the CEO of RL Logistics, is.
Yeah. Wow. Me as a person, that could.
Yeah. Well, I want to know you, man.
That could take us a while. No. Yeah. So appreciate the introduction. My name's Russell Leo. I live in, born and raised here in South Jersey. This is where our corporate headquarters is located. Happily married, a little over 15 years. Got a twin 14-year-old boys.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, getting ready to start their freshman year in high school, so they're keeping me and my wife pretty busy there.
Whew.
And RLS Logistics, we're a family cold chain provider.
Yeah, family owned.
Love that. How long have you been around?
Well, RLS originally started as a mushroom farm, believe it or not, by my grandfather and father back in 1968.
Wow.
And in the late 80s, 1988 to be specific, my dad got into the cold storage business, and then a few years thereafter got involved in transportation. So, for the cold storage side, right, transportation side, late 80s, but as an overall family business since 1968. So that puts us a little bit more than, what is the math? A little more than 55 years old.
Wow.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That's incredible. How did you specifically get involved in the family business?
Well, not much of a choice, right? Especially especially for us Italians, following their father's footsteps there. So it was an easy decision for for me to make. He was, like I said, I was 14, 15 or so when he got involved, and I went to college and then came back and got involved.
Yeah, yeah. Did you go to school for anything specific to get you prepared
just general
to take
business
over?
management.
Okay.
General business management. It was myself and my brother. We were talking a little earlier. I lost my brother 3.5 years ago to cancer. So it was both of us that he was a year younger, and we both just got involved right after right out of college.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never had the pleasure to meet Tony. I heard so many great things about him.
Yep.
You spoke a little bit about him. We got to share a round of golf at one of the conferences together. That's how I met you, and that's how I found out about Tony. And
Yep.
It's I have two older brothers. They're still with me, so I obviously we are sorry for your loss there. And
yeah, no, I appreciate that. That. Yeah, especially being brothers and even partners, right? For 20 some years, and and we built this together. So but his memory still lives on here with at the company with our family. So
absolutely. And that would be, so for me, I love my brothers. I don't know if I could be business partners with them.
We had a great business relationship. We complemented each other very well, and it just worked. I think, and that's evident in the success that we've had. We're still relatively small company, I guess. It all depends on your size, your definition of company size, but we made it work, that's for sure.
Yeah. I don't think RLS is small by any means. I mean, you guys built an incredible business, and people know who you are. And
Mhm.
we've had the pleasure of working with you guys, not directly
Yep.
for you, but we built one of
Mhm.
your projects out in the Northeast, and
Mhm.
you had a cool little green
It's
accent
so
stripe around
cool.
the building, which is
Yep.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that.
It's fun to do something different like that.
Yeah,
Right.
your facilities look great. So you mentioned transportation too, right? So
Mhm.
RLS, yeah, you're cold storage logistics company, right? And you're storing product for clients. And as far as the transportation is concerned, that's a whole separate entity as well. And what's that, I guess?
So we really view ourselves. So we have three service offerings, or three solutions: cold storage warehousing,
Yep.
transportation, and then D2C fulfillment, direct to consumer fulfillment, all within the frozen and refrigerated space.
Hmm.
So we see ourselves as, we have some customers that use all three services, some that use, just two, some just one. So we see ourselves equally in each business segment.
So the direct to consumer, I'm not familiar with that terminology or what that specifically is. What's that?
Frozen and refrigerated food that gets delivered right to the consumer's door.
Okay.
Uh,
Mm.
so we're not actually shipping it. We're just packing it
Hmm.
in dry ice in a styrofoam container
Yeah.
and then shipping it out, via UPS or FedEx,
Wow.
uh,
Mm.
direct to
That.
your door.
Oh,
Have
interesting.
you seen a growth in that branch of your business? Because I feel
Oh,
like,
absolutely. Yeah,
okay, I was
absolutely.
gonna say, I
It's
feel like
definitely one of
it's
our quicker growing, of the three, it's probably the fastest growing because it's still in its infancy,
Mhm.
relatively
Mhm.
speaking,
Mhm.
especially during COVID. I mean, we actually got slammed to the point where we couldn't even handle it when everyone was sitting at home and just
Yeah.
just start ordering our customers' products online. We couldn't keep up.
Wow.
Really. Yeah, that's been a good business segment for us.
Wow. That's exciting. So as far as RLS is concerned and growing up in the business and being in the business for as long as you have been, we have some cool moments throughout our career that sit with us. We call this, this cool moment segment of the show, if you will.
Mhm.
And we do have a
Okay.
show sponsor, Russell. That's our friends over at Vapor Armor.
Yes. You Vapor Armor.
So Vapor Armor it helps pay for the production of this podcast and helps us get this delivered to you guys on all platforms that we do it on. And but yeah, anyways, cool moment. Do you have a cool moment you want to share with us in regards to being in the industry?
Or like a cool story
Yeah.
even. We always seem like our listeners, they're like, "Oh, like I knew I wanted to be in cold storage when, this happened or that happened." Now you might not have that because you grew up
Yeah,
in a
I
family of
knew I
it.
wanted to be in the cold storage business when my dad told me I had to be in the cold storage
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
Hey son, you're doing this.
Time to get to work.
Right. I mean, I'm 50 now, so it's literally been the last, like I said, I was 14 when, my dad put up the first warehouse. So it's been 36 years. It's just sort of in my blood almost, if you will. And even before then, myself, my brother, and my sister even, helped out at the mushroom farm. But it's such a part of me and my family.
Yeah.
I'm trying to really think of an exact moment, if you will, when something cool that had happened. I don't want to let you down though with a poor answer here.
You
But
won't. I mean, you have a very different story
Sure.
growing up in it and then having your family in it,
Mhm.
being partners with family members. Like all in all, that's kind of cool to be able to come to
Yeah.
work every day with your family and build something that is going to be a family legacy for you guys. Like
yeah,
that
I
in
guess if
itself
anything,
is
yeah, that
pretty
might be
cool.
that might be the cool thing, right? That we just, we get to share this, with family. Like I
Yeah.
said, it's just such a part of us
Mm.
growing up at the dinner table.
Yeah.
It's just constantly what we've always talked about, like in
Mhm.
any other family business.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. So the mushroom farm, you guys aren't doing no more mushrooms, or you still do the mushroom
Nah,
farm?
no more. No, my dad built the first cold storage in 1988, and I think by 1990, I'll say he
Hmm.
wa- he was out of the mushroom growing business.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
got you.
yep,
How many?
just focus on cold storage.
Got it. And how many RLS cold storage buildings are there in the United States?
So we had five locations
Mhm.
currently, for cold storage, and then three fulfillment centers.
Okay.
And 3 transportation offices. And on transportation, we're freight brokers. We don't own any of our trucks. I mean, we have a couple of trucks, but nothing to really speak of. Mainly on the freight brokerage, we have 3 offices, 2 here in South Jersey, another one in Nashville, Tennessee.
Nice.
Okay, nice.
Are you guys mainly Northeast?
Predominantly, yeah. So our fulfillment centers, the 3, we have one here in South Jersey, another one in Kansas City, and another one in Salt Lake City. And those 3 locations we're able to reach, almost 99% of the
Sure.
population within 2-day parcel shipping.
Of
But
course.
all of our cold, what we consider, purely cold storages are here in the Northeast between New Jersey and Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Nice. So as far as future, I know before we jumped on the podcast, we were kind of talking about, hey, how's business and, how have things changed with all these developers entering the space and, everyone's kind of waiting to see what happens with the election, economy, all those things, right? Interest rates are always a hot topic here. What's the future looking like for RLS? You have some stuff in plans here. You don't necessarily have to say where and when, but I mean, do you guys have future projects in mind there or different locations of the United States you're trying to get into or?
Yes. So right now, we're getting ready to expand our Burlington County facility here in, I'll call it Central New Jersey. It's not
Yeah.
quite Central New Jersey. It's a little south of Central New Jersey. Getting ready to expand that facility. That'll be open next summer of 25, I'll say June of 2025. And we're actually getting ready to build a brand new corporate office that we need to build. And we're doing that here in Glassboro, New Jersey, Southern New Jersey. It's right next to Rowan. Glassboro is really home to Rowan University. So we've been working more and more with them with internships and just getting more involved with some of their different programs that they have to offer, the local businesses around here. So that we're hoping that'll probably be the beginning of 2026. I'll say we'll move into that building. We haven't even started yet, but we're excited about that. I mean, we've definitely gotten more flexible since COVID with our work from home, if you will, but generally speaking, we don't allow work from home.
Sure.
We like people to come in, but like I said, with that said, we've got more flexible, especially with people that have been with us for a while. If they say, hey, I need to stay home this day, okay, no problem. But we generally expect everyone in the office. But with that said, you need all from a nice work environment then, right? You need to have a nice office, and where we're building here in downtown Glassboro, there's restaurants around here, some other amenities. So everyone's looking forward to that.
That's exciting.
It's very exciting. Are you building this office closer to your home so it's less commute?
No, I have about the same commute roughly. Yes. So no, it's only about 15, 20 minutes from the home.
You're supposed to make it easy on you.
Well, 15, 20 minutes, I get to decompress a little bit,
There you
right?
go.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually good. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I feel like we only live about 10 minutes from our office, and I feel like we get home and then we immediately jump back into the conversation we were just having at the office.
You're still fired up, right?
We are.
You don't have any downtime, any time to listen to the Pool Time, the Cool Times podcast, right?
That's right.
On your way home. So, right.
You can listen to it in your car on Apple Podcast and Spotify.
Exactly.
Two
right.
ways.
Nice.
There you go. I had to
Very
plug that.
nice.
Dude, that's funny. So, all right, twin boys, you have twin boys, they're 14 and they're going into high school. So when are you going to lay it down and be like, your summer job is you're going to work in the warehouse and learn the bit. When are you going to start getting them working in the business?
Yes, we were going to start this year, but a couple things happened. They couldn't. So next year we're thinking that, they'll be 50. Just
child labor laws and everything, right? Like,
exactly right. Got to worry, even though, we're not too worried about those, but it is a little bit different though, right? Compared to when I was growing up. But next summer they'll be. They said they just turned 14 a couple of months ago. So, but next summer they'll be sweeping the floors and working on the docks and even in the office a little bit and everything. I'll start next year.
I love that.
I love it.
Yeah. That's awesome. Are they involved in like sports and they pretty busy in doing stuff or?
Yeah. So going to freshman year, we told them, you have to do something. So my one son's interested in golf, and the other one rugby. Actually, the school offers. So he's gonna be playing rugby.
Very cool.
Is rugby pretty big out in your area?
It's getting bigger and bigger, I'll say.
Yeah.
A few years ago it wasn't, but more and more schools are starting to add it to starting to start have
Yeah.
rugby
It's
programs.
like that in
So
lacrosse.
it's
Yeah.
definitely gaining in
Yeah.
popularity.
It's like
Mhm.
that in lacrosse. Lacrosse has gotten pretty big
Yeah,
too.
we've seen a lot
Lacrosse
of
is real
that.
big. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we told him, you got to do something. He looked at a couple different things that his cousin, my nephew, plays rugby. He's like, I want to play rugby. I said, okay, that's fine. You got to do something. I don't care what you do, but
Well, I mean, they're
you got to do
probably
something.
sizable kids though. I mean, you're a pretty big guy yourself, so
Yeah.
he's
Well,
probably
yeah.
good size for that.
The one playing golf, he's built for golf. The other one playing rugby, he's built for rugby. So
I love that.
yeah.
So is he good at golf? Is he better than you at golf?
He's starting to beat me, and it's starting to get a little aggravating already. Yeah, yeah. I'm giving him one stroke a hole, and that's starting to be too many. And yeah,
Mhm.
he's starting to outdrive me a little bit. I can't. It's a little embarrassing, actually. So
Man,
Oh, that's fun.
what a wake
That's
up call,
fun.
man.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's wild.
Did you start on a similar path when you entered the family business, working in the docks, sweeping the floors, a little bit in the office, just to kind of learn and be around all the aspects of what the family business has to offer?
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. There's nothing here. I'm trying to think now. There's nothing here at the company that me and my brother did not do. Even to the point where we even had our CDL Class A license, and because we
Wow.
used to have, we used to have a few more trucks back then, and we even drove the trucks, and even my father, we did a cross country trip when we
Mhm.
were in our early 20s, just because my dad said if you're gonna be talking to drivers and having these carriers drive back and forth from a country, you got to do it. Yeah, yeah. So a load came up that ended in Vegas. So I
It's a good
said,
spot. That's
I
the
said,
one I want to
I
do.
said, that's the one we're gonna do. Yes, yes. So we took a load out to Vegas. We
Yup.
actually parked the truck for a couple days, went on the strip for a couple days,
Yup.
a little back. My dad
Yup.
wasn't too happy about that, but yeah, because
Yup. Oh
Work
yeah.
life balance.
Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
Okay, let me ask you, is there anything that you know now that you would want your sons to know entering into the family business, whether it's about, the cold chain logistics? What is there a piece of advice you would give them now as they come in that you might have found beneficial if you would have had it at 14,
Oh
15?
man, yeah, great question. I guess my answer would be more just in general, right?
Mhm.
Sure.
Like in generality, just for in business as in general. And it's really
Yeah.
just, work hard, surround yourself with good people, smart people,
Hmm.
a little common sense, and everything will work out, in the end. Like I said, so maybe not specific to the actual, cold chain or
Mhm.
cold storage business, but
Mhm.
just business in general. You got to work hard at it, and that's
Yeah.
anything in life almost. But what you put into it is what you'll get out of it. And I told him, you guys can be, either very successful or not successful at all. At the end of
Yeah.
the day, that's on you.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is what
So
you
true.
you
It's good
get.
life advice
It is
too.
great. It's great advice. You get what you put into it. Even for golf. I mean,
everything.
tell your son, how often are you going to putt and chip and practice, right? Whatever you put into
Exactly
it,
right.
you're
Yeah.
going to get out of it. And you know what? Consistency is key. Got to be
Absolutely.
consistent,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And that's a message me and my wife are always trying to drive home with them is that, put your heart into it, work hard. Things, whether it's school, business, golf, relationships, right? At some point, all that sort of stuff. It'll work out if you work hard at it.
Absolutely.
Well, I was perusing your socials
Okay.
and I saw not only do you have a cool newsletter that you guys put out, the Cold Front,
Cold
very
front.
The
interesting
cold front.
Yeah.
information. We
Yeah.
love
Shout out to
it.
our
The cold.
marketing.
Yeah.
Shout out
Yes,
to
The
our marketing department there. Yeah.
the cold front's
absolutely.
coming.
The Cold Front
I love it.
newsletter. But we saw that you were named by Food Shippers of America to their top food chain technology providers list for 2024.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. That was
That's
awesome.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like how
Yeah.
you're so late.
That's pretty cool.
You're so casual about it. You're so humble. You're like, yeah, it happened.
It's something that we've been focusing on hard the last few years, really beefed up that department, right? I mean,
Yeah,
technology it's not going away, right?
No.
So it's something that we've been focused on over the last few years. I hired a great individual to head up that department, and it's
Mhm.
really it's worked out well for us.
That's awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
exciting.
It's
Yeah.
very, very big deal. Well, besides that, what else separates RLS from everybody else, in your opinion?
Ah, from everybody else, I mean, I would say, I mean, we sort of have the cliche answers for a couple of them, that
Sure.
everyone says, our people are hardworking, they're dedicated, but I truly believe that. But I think what, separates us, all of our facilities are BRC certified. So I
Okay.
think that always puts a feather. Our technology stack, right? That definitely separates us. But I think one of the, we have that, the menu of services. We like
Mhm.
to say our solutions, right, between the
Mhm.
three: cold storage, warehouse, and transportation,
Yes.
or the e-commerce D2C. But I think one of the bigger ways is being family owned. The
Mhm.
way we operate, right? We're able to just now we're limited in our size, right? We don't have facilities all over the country, and so we're limited to that. But just by being family owned, the way we operate, we're quick to make decisions. I think that's resonating with more and more customers in the industry.
Yeah. Family owned is a big deal.
I think it is.
It really is.
I think it is. I think you
Yeah,
kind of
and there's been a lot of consolidation, and that's great, right, too. But I think us being family owned, it really it speaks to who we are, and you know the job we're able to do.
Mm,
Mhm. Mhm. Well, I
absolutely.
think in a lot of instances, and you can tell me if you feel this resonates for RLS, is like when you're a family owned business, like you're working with the people that you love the most, and that I think spreads. Customers can feel that they're going to be taken care of, like they're brought in, right? And there is this increased level of care because so many people in the family care so much about the family business that spreads to the people that you then work with. So
Yeah, absolutely.
both
I think it
customers
definitely.
and employees.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I think it resonates with both with our customers and employees. Whenever we sit down with a existing customer or potential customer, I definitely think that comes across. They could see that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I would definitely say that's a differentiator for us in the industry.
Yeah, they know they'll get taken care of.
It
Exactly.
Mhm.
yeah, and Russell, it's 2024. There's big money out there, companies buying up companies, merging, acquisitions left and right. You've avoided all that thus far. Why?
How can I explain it? It's just the
I
mindset
know
that
the
I
answer.
have.
You
See,
told me the answer on the golf course. By the way, you told me the answer on the golf.
uh-oh.
I'm asking you a question I already know the answer to.
I hope it's the same answer. I guess it was the company, and this is even going back to the mushroom farms, right? It was never built to flip almost, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So originally it was a cold storage mushroom farm, then involved in the cold storage and transportation. So I never had that mindset. My mindset, and I guess you could say it was instilled, but it just more. I just look as at myself as sort of the steward of the shop right now until the next generation comes in. And even though, yeah, technically, legally, all that stuff, right? It's mine to sell. If I want to do, but I don't see that. I'm just
Yeah.
minding the store until the next generation
Mhm.
comes in, and then they take it over. I enjoy being a business owner. The responsibility it comes with, both the good and the bad, right? It's
Sure.
Mhm.
definitely some of those sleepless nights,
Oh yeah.
but I enjoy the flexibility that I get from that. And I want my kids just to be able to enjoy that as well.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. That's
Yep.
exactly how you answered it the first time.
True family
Okay, good. All
business.
right, so I gave you the same answer. Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
Like
I
I said,
mean,
I'm just minding the store until the next
yeah.
generation. Like I said, comes along, and that's why I told them if you guys can either be successful or you could be the generation to blow it. Not much I can do about it at that point, right?
Now that's such an Italian thing to say, is it
You
not?
know.
That's such an Italian thing to say. You either do great things or you're just going to completely blow it.
Exactly right. You screw it all up. I don't know, nothing,
It's
at
just,
that point, nothing, I can't take it with me at a certain point, right?
True.
So,
That's true.
yeah. Yeah, you
That's
can't take
true.
anything with you.
dude,
So,
that is so
right,
good. That
right.
is
I
so
like
good.
that.
I like that one. That's so good. Well, I mean, honestly, when you told me your story and I don't know how this came up when we were together, but it came up so naturally and it was all organic. And honestly, the word that that was used, it's legacy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Yep.
straight legacy, right? I mean, you know, this has been in the family forever, and you got 2 boys, and I think you'd be very proud to see them take it over, and you want them to take that to the next level, and whatever they do with it, you know, you want them to
Continue the legacy.
continue legacy, make it grow, do something,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
turn it back
Absolutely.
into a mushroom farm.
There you go.
uh,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. No, that was
Okay.
that was, there you go.
Go ahead.
There you go. This is how we act. This is it, Russell. We're
Yeah,
just back and forth.
totally.
Like, no, it's all you.
Okay. Well, I would like to ask for our listeners who maybe don't know a lot about what RLS is doing or where your socials are. Tell our listeners, like, if they want to see what you guys are doing, if they want to know where they can find out what's going on the cold front, tell our listeners where they can go to get more information about what RLS is doing.
Absolutely. So, simply our website, right? Everything, that drives everything. So rlslogistics.com, they can find I'm not on any of the social medias except for LinkedIn, but
Mhm.
the Facebook, I think we
Mhm.
have an Instagram, LinkedIn, and then the newsletter. You can,
Yes.
we probably even have an X account, I would assume,
Mhm.
but you can sign up there for everything. So,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Awesome. Awesome.
yep, right from
Yeah.
our website.
Good
That's
stuff.
cool. I'm going to ask the question that all the listeners are probably begging to have me ask. So, what is your selection process? RLS, you're going to build a new building, let's just say next year.
Mhm.
What's your selection process? How do you obviously you're going to have you're going to figure out the logistics of the land and where you're going to build, and then you're going to have you have a huge pool of design build general contractors that are very good and know what they're doing, that are members of the GCCA and CEBA, Controlled Environment Building Association. How does Russell take a step back, look at that lineup, and how do you make a selection of who to go with, who
How
to
do you pick a
pick? How
partner?
do you pick a partner?
So right now, the building that we're building, it's actually an expansion on it, and we use a local contractor that's built our last couple of warehouses, Stanker and Galetto. They're local here to the South Jersey
Mhm.
market. They're going to do the expansion for us.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Once if we ever were to look at various parts of the country, at that point we would probably there is a lot of great builders out there. We'd probably go through that normal selection process. I guess you would say you sort of put it out for RFP and
Mm.
take it from there. But here in South Jersey, we use a local builder that's always done a great job for us.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very,
Repeat business.
that's it.
Mhm.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Anything else that you want to share with all listeners here about RLS? Anything newsworthy besides those expansions you're doing? Anything?
For us, and I hate to say it because it sounds like you're kind of just, you're resting on your laurels a little bit, but just it's more of the same
Yeah.
here at RLS, right? Like we just grow organically,
Mhm.
opportunistically, right?
Mhm.
So sometimes people will,
Sure.
ask me because they sort of see us now, but
Yeah.
either they don't remember back then, or they weren't around then. They're like, how do you do it?
Ah,
I said, it's easy. Just, bust your ass for 25, 30 years, make every mistake you could possibly make. And that's how
everyone.
you learn. And then you end up here. Like, I don't have a quick flip like in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. It's literally, it's the long game we play here. So for us, like I said, it's not the most, what's the word I'm looking for? The sexiest saying, I guess, but it's just, it's more of the same, opportunistically and organically growing. We've been doing it, like I said, since 88. And,
Mm.
for 55 years, of family business is growing and looking to do it for the next 55 years. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Love that.
The long game legacy.
I know. I just
Exactly.
saw you write that down. The long game
Yep.
legacy. I like
That's what
that.
made me think of.
It is. Well, hey, Russell, I want to be cognizant of your time. I have my last portion of the show I would like to get into with you. It's my round of this or that question, sponsored by our friends at Vapor Armor.
Rapid round
Yes.
questions.
So real quick, 30,000 foot level on Vapor Armor, our sponsors, Russell, a good friend, Eric Finnerty. Vapor Armor is a phenomenal company.
I'm
Yeah.
familiar with them. They do a great job. Yep.
Frost ribbons and thermal ribbons are a thing of the past, my friend. They're a pain in the butt for us to construct. It's a lot of IMP work. It's a lot of peel and seal and spray foam and butyl, and it takes forever. And they have a solution for
Show you.
IMP walls that go to deck, and it's warm on one side, cold on the other side. I mean, they offer a 15-year warranty, condensation, ice free. I mean, shout out to them.
Yes. Thank you, Vapor Armor.
But I got some fun this or that questions for you, Russell, and it's all geared towards Italian flair.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Let's do it.
So we're going to learn a little bit about you. All right. All right. This or that questions. Here we go. Pasta or pizza?
Oh man, gotta go pizza.
Espresso or cappuccino?
Espresso.
Gelato or tiramisu?
Gelato.
Rome or Florence?
Only been to Rome once, haven't been to Florence, but from what I hear, I would probably say Florence.
Okay. Traditional Italian cooking or modern cuisine?
Nah, traditional.
Yeah. Red wine or white wine?
Red always, no matter what you're serving, doesn't matter.
Red
Red wine goes with everything.
Ferrari or Lamborghini?
Ferrari, not as obnoxious, I don't think.
I love it.
Same. I'd agree with you there for sure. Man, oof. I don't know if I like that one. Historic architecture or contemporary design?
Oh, I would probably say historical. I like that.
I do too. Football, soccer, or Formula One?
Football, soccer, or Formula One. Football, that's easy.
Yeah. You're an NFL guy?
Yeah.
What's your team?
So we're in South Jersey. So we're only about a half an hour outside of Philadelphia.
I
Right?
didn't
So
ask
New
you
Jersey-
if
so
I didn't ask you about the Eagles, man. Okay.
you sort of did, yeah. So well, everyone hears
Did.
North. Everyone
Fine.
hears
I asked you about the Eagles.
everyone hears New Jersey, they automatically think North Jersey, right? You know,
No, I know.
Yankees, Giants, blah, blah, blah. But we're only about half an hour outside of Philadelphia. So we're Eagles, Phillies, Flyers,
Yeah.
Sixers, you know?
Love that. So you
Yep.
big Eagles fan, huh?
Yeah.
You have a good team this year.
That's what I hear. That's what my son tells me. I can't pay attention to as much as I used to. My one son keeps me filled in. He says we're gonna have a really good year. So we'll see.
I like that, man. I like that. My last question for you: Justin Bieber or Justin Timberlake?
Oh, Timberlake.
Yeah. All right. That wasn't an Italian question. That was just off the
Love it.
cuff question, but
It's one he has to ask everyone.
my man. Well, Russell, you're a stud. We appreciate you so much. And again, this podcast will be available on YouTube. You can watch it. Hit that red subscribe button. Other channels will be Apple Podcasts and Spotify. You can listen to it in your drive home, your 20-minute drive
15,
home,
20-minute drive home.
20-minute drive home, where you can decompress. All right. And then, yeah, all 4 socials, as you mentioned before, same with us, but we'll do a little highlight video of this podcast with links on Facebook, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, all the goods. So, Russell, you're a man. Thank you. You rock. And we appreciate everything you guys do for the industry. And until next time, everyone, I appreciate y'all listening to Cool Times.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Russell.